Hello there. Welcome to Just the Discs. We talk about Blu-rays here. My name's Brian. And for this episode, I am talking about a small haul that I recently got from OrbitDVD.com. Only about 4 things here. But, I was tempted by the buy 3, get free shipping, and then couldn't whittle it down. So I ended up getting 4. But there's some fun stuff here, and I want to say I got all of it cheaper than I could find it most anywhere else. Not necessarily everything, but everything as a group. I'll start with this. This is a Region B Sorcerer, William Friedkin's film from 1977, 40th Anniversary Collector's Edition. Now, this is better than the US version of this. I have somewhere the media or the digibook, out-of-print digibook release of Sorcerer, which is cool because it had a little booklet in it, but it had no features. And this one, I didn't do an exact A to B comparison of the transfers, but I did put both discs in and kind of look at just similar parts of the movies, and it does appear to me to be, I think, the same transfer. But this has a very nice feature in that it has Sorcerers, A Conversation with William Friedkin and Nicholas Winding Refn. So you have Refn, I believe, in Friedkin's house, interviewing him for, almost for like 74 minutes about the movie. And that is a fascinating conversation. It's, I don't know if Refn's necessarily meant to be an interviewer or not, but he does ask some interesting questions, and there's a lot of cool stuff that comes up, and a lot of stuff that would have been nice to have in a commentary or something on the previous release. So this, to me, is going to replace my digibook, even though it is definitely Region B locked. But again, the print looks good, and I want to say it was like less than $13 over at Orbit DVD, and I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. So one of my favorite movies. The bridge sequence is truly one of the great, and not to hyperbolize, but really one of the great cinematic sequences ever captured on film. One of the most suspenseful, literally will make you edge across the couch or down, you'll be on the edge of your seat quite literally watching as we try to have these giant trucks crossing this rickety wooden bridge. It's amazing. Like, I just put it on in the background while I was working, and then that scene came on, and I was suddenly like drawn to the TV, and I couldn't look away. It's just such a great scene. This has reversible artwork that I may switch, although I'm kind of liking this orange, the more traditional Sorcerer artwork on the back there, if you want that. But anyway, definitely worth picking up for that interview, and especially at that price. So that is Sorcerer. Next up, we have some UHD. We have the Highlander Studio Canal UK set, and I want to say this was like $30, which is the cheapest I've seen it. The tricky part is that I didn't fully realize, and it looks, maybe I'm wrong, somebody can correct me in the comments, but it looks like this is the same in terms of the scan and the extras that you can get from the Lionsgate 4K. It's like $18. This was, again, I said it was 30, but you do get a lot of really nice stuff with this. I saw this listed as part of Justin Liberty's favorite releases of the year, and it is a nice set. It folds out, and you have like buttons and posters and booklets and all kinds of stuff in there, and then you have your Blu-ray, Region B Blu-ray, and your 4K, and it does look really good. I put in the 4K to check it out, and I'd heard it looked great, and it definitely does. So I don't know. I hadn't seen this movie in a long time, and it was one that I just felt like I was due to rewatch. I remember liking it a lot when I was in college, But yeah, it just felt like the right time. And at that price, again, I was drawn to it. So, I mean, there's some features here. Again, these are, I think, included on the Lionsgate version. The Immortal Attraction of Highlander, looking back at 4 decades of Highlander magic. A Kind of Magic. I want to say that's almost 54 minutes or something. A Kind of Magic, Music of the Immortals featurette on the soundtrack. You know, it has Queen music, which I had totally forgotten, which is great. It opens with that and just kind of kicks right into it. Capturing Immortality, interview with photographer David James, and There Can Be Only One. Kurgan, Clancy Brown remembers Highlander, and then a new audio commentary with author John Melville, audio commentary with Russell Mulcahy, the director. I think this is still probably his best movie. I'd have to look over his stuff again. I mean, you know, Razorback is fun and everything. Audio commentary with Mulcahy, William Panzer, and Peter Davis. So multiple commentaries. An interview with him, interview with Lambert, a making of in 4 parts that I want to say is like an hour and 20 minutes. I think that's SD. Deleted scenes with commentary. Good stuff. Or deleted scenes separate and audio commentary with Mulcahy on the Blu-ray. So it's really nice, hard box. Beautiful Highlander 4K set from the UK. Again, if you don't go to Orbit DVD or Diabolic DVD, both are great sources for imports, and both you can find things you can search by label. I do like Orbit has a really nice import section. You can just go and look straight at imports, and I get lost there most of the time. So here's the next one. This is King Kong, the 1976 version in 4K. This is the Studio Canal, again, UK edition. And this comes with... Does this come with a Blu-ray? I don't know if it does, actually. We will bust it open and have a look. But I don't think it does. But this is a 4K restoration. Now, I don't know if I can... So there's the blue. Yes, it does come with the Blu-ray, Region B locked Blu-ray, and the 4K, and like a poster or something. So I don't know if I can get rid of my Scream Factory because it has the TV version, and I don't. Here's what we're getting here: deleted scenes, interviews with Barry Nolan, Bill Cronick, Scott Thaler, and Jeffrey Chernoff, David McGiffert, and Brian E. Frankish, Jack O'Halloran, Steve Warner. So a lot of cool stuff there, and an audio commentary with Ray Morton. Oh, okay, extended TV broadcast cut. It does have that. And the Rick Baker commentary. Actually, this might have everything that the Scream Factory version has. So I'm going to have to double check, but if so, I'm going to sell that off and keep this. But regardless, I like this film enough that I wanted to have it in 4K. I did a review of the Blu-ray a while back when it came out from Shout, and I would have mentioned then that this is a seminal movie for me as a kid. Like, I saw it on TV, and those images are burned into my brain. It's like maybe one of the early movies that I saw, or at least one of the early big movies I saw on television that just kind of like scared me, captivated me, just absolutely caught my attention in a way that I to this day I still remember. So definitely excited to check it out in 4K. I just got it, so I haven't had a look at it yet. But Jeff Bridges, Jessica Lange, and Charles Grodin in a fascinating John Gillerman film. I'm a big John Gillerman fan too. So that is the 4K of King Kong. And then last but not least, this is the one I just couldn't get rid of. Like, I had it in the cart and I was like, I don't know. It wasn't that expensive. I want to say it was around $20 or something. This is Irwin Allen's Land of the Giants, the complete collection, the television show. And it's epically big. Like, there's a ton of stuff in here. It says contains all 51 episodes plus a wealth of special features, including, looks like specific episodes, The Crash with cast commentary outtakes, unaired version of the pilot. So The Crash is the pilot. Presentation reel, special effects shots, no audio. Mad Magazine parody, etc. Yeah, so this is a PAL DVD, and it's region 2. So I will need to use my multi-region player to play it, but regardless, I don't know this show that well. I know the idea is that a whole bunch of, from the unchallenged master of the 1960s small screen sci-fi, Irwin Allen presents his boldest and most expensive show, Land of the Giants. Premiering in 1968, Giants has built up a devoted fan base over the past 4 decades. Thanks to its heady mix of mind-blowing special effects, suspense, and pure escapism, it's 1983, and suborbital spaceship the Spindrift is en route from Los Angeles to London. Mid-flight, the craft is drawn into a terrifying space storm, forcing it to crash on a hostile planet where little people are hunted down by giants. Join Captain Steve Burton and his crew and passengers as they battle for their lives in this complete collection of all 51 episodes of Land of the Giants. So you can see them on their sets where they're tiny and stuff. I don't know. I've always kind of the Incredible Shrinking Man kind of. People get small. Attack of the Puppet People. That stuff's always been amusing to me. So I was like, as a television show, I was like, oh, that's cool. And I love Irwin Allen. I love all the disaster stuff he did in the 70s, and I don't know enough of his TV work. So this was just, like I said, sort of a cheap, option. I don't think this is going to get a Blu-ray probably. So for $20, I was like, Land of the Giants. Yeah, let's do it. So that will do it for this Orbit DVD, Blu-ray and DVD haul. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Check them out, and always be aware of their buy 3 get free shipping policy. They have the little coupon code listed on the site that you can use. I forget if it's like buy 3 or something, whatever it is. But that is always tempting to me. So if you go there and you see 2 things that you like, and they don't, I don't think there's a minimum price. There might be a slight minimum, but I don't think so. So you can really get some cool stuff for cheap if you aren't going to pay that shipping. So that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.